If you know what you're doing with a camera, the Sony ZV-1 is probably going to surprise you with how great of an image you can actually get from it. If you don't know how to use a camera, the Sony ZV-1 is going to surprise you with how great of an image you can actually get from it. This Sony ZV-1 might be one of the most slept on cameras in YouTube history. And I want to talk about it. So I don't want this to be a long video. I've been using the Sony ZV-1 now for a little bit under 2 years. And every video that I see about this camera has the camera totally misunderstood. Now, Sony initially dropped this camera as a vlogging camera, which I'd say it does a pretty fantastic job of being that, but it's also so much more than that. This camera is extremely easy to use. You just flip out the screen and it turns on, flip the screen towards you, boom. And this is the type of quality you can expect to get from the Sony ZV-1. And I think that's pretty awesome. It's pretty incredible if you ask me, especially if you have the right lighting situation. And if you understand the philosophy of lighting, you can get away with some pretty amazing things with this camera. Another thing that I love about this camera is when it's recording, see that little light there? That little light lets you know that you are recording. I don't know why I love it so much. I wish all cameras had this little light to let you know that you're recording. It's very user-friendly. It's a very compact design. But the thing that makes it so misunderstood to me is the whole vlogging camera aspect of it. It's a camera, period. Take off the vlogging part of it. I know that Sony wanted to market it towards vloggers. I think that severely underestimates what this camera is actually capable of. Now, Ryan Cow, I hope I'm saying that right, already made a video using the Sony ZV-1 for like a professional shoot, and he really rigged it out, and it made me start looking at this camera a totally different way. I would actually use this camera on professional client work. You get 4K up to 30 frames per second. You get some decent colors from Sony. They're not they're not Canon colors. You get unlimited record time. So if you're shooting a podcast or a long form interview, the ZV-1's got you covered. I can't even do that on my R6, and I paid $2,500 for it. But the features that you get in this little camera, kind of unmatched. It's this tiny little thing. Like, even if you wanted to go get like some BTS footage for your social media, or you even need a C cam, maybe a D cam, you put that in anybody's hands, press the big record button, you're good to go. It's compact. You won't even notice it in your camera bag. It has a lot of pro level features for a camera its size. I mean, the autofocus by itself is probably the best I've seen. It's never lost me, not once. And my Canon loses me a lot sometimes. So much so that I'm tracking it on the monitor right now, so it won't lose me. It better not lose me. It lost me, didn't it? And the best part about this little guy right now, you can find this camera for about $500, $400 if you're lucky. And if somebody's stupid enough to sell it for that low, I listed it the other day for $400, and as soon as somebody wanted to buy it, I took it off the market because I thought about how much I would miss it. Now, why did I want to sell this camera? Because there's got to be some cons, right? The battery life sucks. It's a small little camera with a small little body and a small little sensor and a small little battery. This thing, shooting 4K, yeah, it's probably gonna die on you within 20, 30 minutes. A good workaround is you can carry around a lot of extra batteries, or what I tend to do is stick a dummy battery in there and carry around a large battery pack. Now that kind of defeats the purpose of small and compact, but so what? So in conclusion, I know, I'm beginning to this YouTube kind of talking to the camera long form thing. You know, take it easy on me. The Sony ZV-1 is an excellent camera. If you know what you're doing with a camera and you know how to get a good image from any camera, the Sony ZV-1 is probably going to surprise you with how great of an image you can actually get from it. If you don't know how to use a camera, the Sony ZV-1 is going to surprise you with how great of an image you can actually get from it. And I love that little noise. You're done recording. Shut me off. So, ZV-1, good camera. All cameras are good. Most cameras are good. It's you. You probably suck. Don't suck. Watch YouTube videos and learn how to not suck. And if you want a detailed video on how I achieved this lighting setup right here, let me know in the comments. I'll make that video. Again, new to YouTube, trying to keep that going, you know what I'm saying? Trying to keep that going. I'm an island boy, you feel me? Goodbye.